Jehan Daruvala is one name that I've taken multiple times, especially in December last year. That is owing to his impressive showing in the Formula 2 circuit towards the end of the season. But today, let's look at who he really is, what's been his journey, and where he comes from. Now, a brief introduction about Jehan Daruvala would first be that he is a 22-year-old Formula 2 racing driver who comes from the city of Bombay. He's racing for the Carlin Motorsport racing team this season in Formula 2 and is part of the Red Bull Junior Driving Program. Now, he was once a part of the now defunct Force India F1 team. He's recently been in the news after he became the first Indian driver to win a Formula 2 race when he did it at the Sakhir Grand Prix. Now that came a few days after he got his first podium at the Bahrain Grand Prix. Now, make no mistake about this, Karun Chandok is the first Indian to win a GP2 race. But ever since GP2 became Formula 2, no Indian has done it, so technically Jehan Daruvala can also be considered the first one to do it. Now let's look at what Jehan Daruwala's journey so far has been in motorsport. Jehan was born in a Parsi family in the year 1998 in the city of Bombay. Now, he was deeply rooted to the city of Bombay. He was born here, he grew up here, he went to school here, and he started his karting career over here. At the tender age of 13 years old, he first took up karting. A little did he know that he would go on to dominate in each and every championship that he took part in, be it Asian or European or any other one for that matter. Now, at the tender age of 17 years old in the year 2015, Fortec Motorsport approached him to sign him to compete in the Formula Renault Championship. Now, he spent 2 years in this championship and also competed in many other European championships at that point in time, and this was the big push that he needed. This was the big break that he had gotten in his career, which propelled him to further opportunities in his career. 2 years after racing in the Formula Renault Championship, he got a call up to race in the European Formula 3 Championship by his current employers, the Carlin Motorsport racing team. In his opening year in the 2017 season, he had many teammates in the Carlin team, including the now F1 driver who drives for McLaren, Lando Norris, who was the champion of the European Formula 3 season back when Jehan was making his debut in the year 2017. Now, Jehan won one race in that particular season and scored a plethora of more podiums, which propelled him to a Formula 3, the OG Formula 3, the FIA Formula 3 season in 2019. He was signed up by Prema Racing. Now, Prema Racing is a team which has won this year's Formula 3 championship, which has won this year's Formula 2 championship. So they are a really strong team, and they snapped up Jehan Daruvala for the 2019 season. He finished third in the drivers' standings, only a point behind P2 in the driver's title, and this just showed and vouched to everyone watching that this man has serious talent. Immediately, just after spending 1 year in Formula 3, he got a seat in Formula 2 for the 2020 season. By whom other than his original employers, the Carlin Motorsport team. The 2020 Formula 2 season might not have gone exactly to plan for Jehan Daruvala. Now, the trend suggests that each driver which comes into the Formula 2 season takes a couple of seasons to settle down. Their second season is generally the one where they make their mark. So, Jehan Daruvala will be going into his second season for Carlin Motorsport in the Formula 2 championship this year. In terms of what happened in his debut season in the Formula 2 Championship with Carlin Motorsport, he finished 12th in the drivers' standings with 72 points. Now, his end form towards the end of the season was really good. He won a race, he scored a podium, and he was right up there with his teammate Yuki Tsunoda, who has now been promoted to an AlphaTauri seat in Formula 1. Jehan's immediate aim would be to get his form right for this upcoming Formula 2 season and to stake a claim for the Formula One seats, especially because he's a part of the Red Bull Junior driving program. He has access to 4 seats in Formula One. He can stake a claim for any one of those teams, theoretically at least. I mean, historically, Red Bull does not promote a driver directly from Formula 2 into a Red Bull senior team, but still a seat at Alpha Tauri might be up for grabs come the 2022 season, or even a reserve driver that can later turn into a full-time driver seat, you never know. But Jehan Daruvala is on the right track. He's made a name for himself this season, and everyone will be on the lookout for him come 2022. Bear in mind, he's only 22 years old and his rise to the top has been rapid. Everyone has taken notice of him and he's been presented with the right opportunities at the right time, and he's grabbed each one of them with both his hands. Now, it's going to be a big season for him. He's going to make it count, I'm sure of it, especially with the surge in form that he had towards the end of last season. Let's hope we can do it and we can have a Formula One driver who is an Indian yet again in the sport, which will be a long time after it was Narayan Karthikeyan way back when. All the best, Jehan Daruvala.